is a new playground in Colerain Township, and it is open and ready to be played on.
Thank you for coming out to the playground, everybody. My name is Jackie O'Connell, and I work with the township, and it is my pleasure to finally unveil Fort Colerain to you. Yes. A lot of time spent getting here, a lot of ideas, a lot of input, and a lot of blood, literally sweat, and tears went into this, literally tears. So we have a great lineup of people for you tonight. We have a lot of people to thank because this playground could absolutely not be possible without every single one of you. From the kids who gave input to the people who made comments contributed to our public input, to our designers, our builders, our installers, the trustees, our state representatives who helped us secure the funds for this. This playground has surpassed anything that we saw on paper. So we are so pleased for you to experience this. I know some of you have already slid down the slide, ran on the ramps, and that is the goal of this. As soon as we took the gates down, kids were on it, which was super exciting for us. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to our Township Administrator, Jeff Mills.
Thank you, Jackie, and hello, everybody. Whoa. Welcome to Colerain Park, and welcome to the new playground. We are so excited to be here. Jackie sort of teased this idea, but it wasn't a straight path to get from, hey, let's build a playground to what we see here today. This playground really is the embodiment of our core values as a township. We really do seek to engage residents, to get feedback, and to provide incredible service to our residents, and I think that is all embodied right here in this playground. We had kids involved in giving feedback. We had a focus group. We've had lots of discussion at trustee meetings, and that just got us to the idea of what this should be. Then we needed to figure out how to pay for that, and a great deal of the funding for this project has come from the Ohio capital budget, and we are so grateful to our partners in Columbus, or that represent us in Columbus, Cindy Abrams and Senator Blessing, Representative Abrams, Senator Blessing. They just invaluable partners and made this thing happen. So I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see people enjoying this park and playground. And with that, I'd like to introduce our trustees. And first, the president of the board this year is Mr. Raj Rajagopal. Raj?
Thank you, Jeff. Isn't that a great park? Huh? That's a beautiful, beautiful park. And I just want to thank Jeff Mills and also especially Jackie. Where's Jackie at? There she is. She worked so hard, and our teams Tuana, they're there, and they all work so hard to make this happen. This is the outcome of our residents' dreams. They all participated in the design building, and they put an input on this, how this park needed. It's one and only park. It's a fantastic park. This park is 1 and 2. Park phase 3 will be coming soon. And also I want to give a special thanks to our state representative, Cindy Abrams, and also Bill Blessing and I here. Cindy worked so hard to get the major portion. Oh, she will say in a few minutes, the major force of funding for this project. And it's only, she did it within she just started her job. She, as a state rep, but she got a heart and desire for this community and make this happen. And I see that it's then once again I want to tell you it's a team effort. If you get a chance, go look over all the sponsors who helped to build this park. I want to proudly tell you this park is built on the donations and the grant money, not with the taxpayers' money. It's a beautiful park, and our children will love it. Okay, thank you very much, Jeff.
Thank you, Mr. Rajagopal. Next, we have Trustee Dan Unger.
I'm Dan Unger. My best speeches are the ones that are the most unprepared. So the group that I would like to thank, and the most important group here, is all those that are this size and lower, which is all you little kids that are up here. This is a great park. I need you to bug your parents to bring you up here, to get you out of the house, to get you out from in front of the computer, and get up here and have a good time. I hope you enjoy it, and as soon as we cut the ribbon, you'll all be able to go back inside and climb up the climber and go down the slide and all the other fun components of this park. So I hope everyone enjoys it. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Unger. And now we have Trustee Matt Wahlert.
Usually I have to lift this up a little bit, but I think I could be heard. I'm sitting here imagining me being 8 years old, bringing my shoebox of Army men up here to play with the fort, and it's fantastic. It's a great design. One thing, when I was elected a couple years ago, Mr. Insko came to me and he said, you better get the park done or I'm going to haunt you. And I followed him a little bit on social media, and I was a little scared of what haunting by Mr. Insko would entail. So I was happy to try to help get this through. And a big thanks, too, is to Representative Abrams. You know, I had a little bit of leverage with her because her kid was in my class for 2 years at Elder. So luckily she has another child that's at Elder, so I'll have leverage for another 2 years. Not saying that I abuse that or anything, but this is a fantastic day, and as Mr. Unger said to all you kids, this is awesome. Just get out here, play. I noticed you have a bottled water fountain there, so you can drink water here on these warm days, and we look forward to finishing this project. And thank you so much for coming out today. Let's take care of it. Let's take care of Colerain, and God bless you.
All right, next I'd like to invite Representative Cindy Abrams.
I'm going to make this super quick because I am also a boy mom, and I know all the kids are ready to, come on adults, quit your talking and let us play. So I am so proud of the trustees and everyone that had played a part in creating this and the dream, and now it's here for real. So again, I'm happy to play a small part to have this created in the community. And I would say Greg Insko also said to me when we did the groundbreaking, he's like, you better get the funding. So hey, I stepped in, hit the ground running, and I'm happy to continue to partner with Colerain Township. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Next, I'd like to recognize another very, very important group of folks that care deeply about Colerain and this park, and those would be folks that donated to make this park and playground possible. I'd like to recognize the Bosarge family, Tom Bosarge. I'm going to mispronounce this, and I apologize. Freddie and Jurgen Slupik, Rumpke, the White Oak Montfort Heights Kiwanis Club, Jennifer Connon, and Chris Froley of the Precious Years Learning Center. I'd also like to recognize a very special young lady who won a design contest. This young lady designed the flag that's flying over Fort Colerain, the one with the cardinal there. Her name is Callie Clifford, and she did an outstanding job, and we'd like to bring her up and recognize her contribution to the project.
Congratulations. He has something for you here.
What a brilliant, brilliant girl. You know, for this age, you all want to see this flag. She designed it. Yeah. Amazing work, amazing work. And thank you so much. Care about our Colerain Township and created this beautiful flag. This is yours. Hang it up on the wall. You want to say something?
Thank you, Kylie.
Thank you, Kylie.
All right, and finally, before we cut the ribbon, I just want to acknowledge a couple more special guests. I'd like to acknowledge Jeff Baker, our fiscal officer, Senator Bill Blessing, our Ohio senator. Of course, Representative Cindy Abrams is here. Jeff Wackbach, our assistant administrator. Our designer on this project was Nicole DeNovo from Human Nature. Did an outstanding job, very creative, very unique. Our contractor on this project was BJ Hansel and Logan Creek. Thank you guys so much. And Tony Chadwick of Pinchura. Again, it takes so many people to make a project like this come together. Thank you all so much. And one last recognition, and that is to our public services crews, the guys that work to keep this park looking so great for all of us every day. We can't forget them. All right, now I'd like to invite Callie back one more time to be the honorary ribbon cutter here.
It's just like bar rescue.
down.
3, 2, 1.
So there was a contest to pick the person who was going to make the design for the new flag. And Callie, you won that contest. Am I right?
Yeah.
So tell me what you picked to make your flag look like. How did you decide what your flag was going to look like?
I decided to make it look patriotic and symbolize a lot of things.
What kind of things did you want it to symbolize?
Colerain and a lot of the history of Ohio.
Yeah, and when you say Colerain, you have Colerain Cardinals on your shirt so that we can see. Where do you go to school?
Colerain Elementary.
And what grade are you going to be in this year?
4th.
Callie, what other artistic projects do you like to do when you're not drawing flags?
I love to make stuff with cardboard and hot glue.
And hot glue, what kind of stuff do you make with that?
I make sometimes dolls for my sister, and I once made 2 dolphins of hot glue. I'm really happy that I got to do it because everybody will know that when they walk underneath that flag that that's not only my artwork, but that's God's presence hovering over them.
What do you think that you've liked when you've watched them put it up?
I was really excited about the zip line, and I really liked how they decided for it to be a fort because I love building forts in our house. And did you know that it was actually, Fort Colerain was actually made 13 years before Ohio became a state?
That's really interesting. Do you think that having the playground look like the fort that was there way 13 years before Ohio became a state, do you think that will help kids learn the history?
I think it might. Besides, it looks a little bit more modern than more forts back then.
They did some things to make sure you didn't get any real authentic fort splinters while you were playing, right? Now, Callie, Miss Tawana from Colerain Township just gave me, she let me see what your actual application looked like for this contest. And you had to not just draw a picture. Sure, there's a picture that you had to color in, but this wasn't just to draw a picture, right? You had to answer questions. You had to, first of all, this was due by April, so you were still just a 3rd grader when you answered these questions. And it said you had to think about 4 words that describe what you know about Colerain Township. So what kind of words did you pick?
I decided to do the colors to represent America. I did I did 13 stripes to represent that Fort Colerain was built 13 years before Ohio became a state. I did 17 stars to represent that Ohio was the 17th state to be made. And I did the shape of the flag to represent Ohio because Ohio's flag is the only flag that has the shape that's not a rectangle in America.
Right, so you can see, I'll hold it up again. This is the pennant shape. That was very intentional. Those are the 13 stripes. And I'm glad you told us what that's for because there's other flags with 13 stripes that we know about, right? And that means something different. These 13 stripes mean 13 years before Ohio was a state. Fantastic. And those stars, what did the stars mean again?
I have 17 stars because Ohio was the 17th. It was the 17th state to be made a state in America.
Fantastic. So this is a very historical flag here. And now it becomes part of the history of this playground. And of course, do you want to explain the cardinal? The cardinal might be kind of obvious.
The cardinal represents Colerain, and it's in the middle of all the stars.
Fantastic. And you have a actually starry, sparkly cardinal on your school shirt there. So I think that helps us give it away a little bit. Thank you so much. That is really helpful. I think when people see that flag up there, they won't realize how much thinking and studying and planning went into drawing this picture, and that before you drew the picture, you had to answer questions and think about what your symbols meant, and you did a really great job with that. Well, I am very glad that I got to meet you, and I'm kind of excited to see what other projects I see you do as you get bigger and bigger in Colerain, and we will see you doing new things every year at school and at projects, and of course at Waycross we get to come and record when you have concerts and sports and things like that. When you're not doing art, what other kinds of things do you do?
Mostly play around with Cleo, or right now I've been cleaning.
Cleaning is fantastic. She does art and she works with a puppy, but she also cleans. So I love it, the true Renaissance girl. I thank you so much for coming in to talk to me. Are you excited to play on the new playground? What are you gonna play on first?
The zip line. Go on the zip line. So there's the zip line, and then I would really like to see the flag printed on the pole and how it seems. And then there's this thing that it's like a big swing, but there's like a chain, and you can like sit on it and it'll take you around.
Can you tell me what you're excited about to find on this playground?
My sister's flag. I think of it being really cool because there was a lot of 5th graders doing it.